Hi and welcome to my channel. So today I'm bringing you my last April spread for 2017, and for this one I'm going to use the Citrus Twist August kit. Now I realised upon getting this kit out that I think I've done one other layout with the August kit, and as pretty as the kit is and as pretty as these papers always are, I do really struggle with crepe paper. Well, especially the Maggie Holmes range on crepe paper. I do struggle with it. But I decided to see how I could make this work and use the die cut pieces for a lot of layering, really, rather than use the designs that they're intended for, etc. So I've layered up a few frames under that picture of my daughter on the bottom, and then over these books about learning to teach with a hangover, Joys of a Student Life. I've layered up the ice cream scoop die cut behind that, and then I've cut a ticket in half, of which half of it I've layered down for the black and white stripe, and then the other half I've brought down to this bottom photo. So really I've just done a load of layering. I think is what I did. I treated it a bit like I'm just going by colour. I'm going to ignore what's on these cards and I'm going to do a lot of colour. Now I will just take a moment to say apologies if you can hear anything in the background. Fireworks are going off like nobody's business. We're currently on the 3rd of November when I'm doing this voiceover, and us in the UK we celebrate Guy Fawkes Night and Fireworks Night on the 5th of November. However, in the area I live in, I think it starts around the 1st of November and probably will not completely stop until New Year. But anyway, if you do hear anything popping and banging in the background, it is fireworks. So apologies for that. Now, I did start sticking down the things that I do like on this page. I did manage to get some glue on that photo, so I have just used my eraser to get rid of that. And yeah, I'm just going to start sticking stuff down. I mean, considering I felt as though I was fighting with this layout a lot, and I'm not sure it's just because I do find the papers, as pretty as they are, I do find them really hard to work with. So maybe it was that, but at the same point I was like, I'm just going to go. It doesn't look bad. I'm going to go with it. I'm going to stick it down. And I really do like the way that it turned out in the end. Now, on this picture at the top, this is just some tickets we booked to see a comedian, and we booked them in the end of April this year, and we don't actually go and see him until April next year. So I did, once I found that ta-da, I did think that that would look better up there, but I'd already put adhesive down. So I just moved it down onto the bottom card, and I like the way it looks there just as much, if not more. So I'm going to keep going with quite a few of these die cuts. I'm actually quite surprised at how many I did get through on this layout. And I'm going to layer up some of the flowers, which I do think are pretty and gorgeous. I'm going to layer up some of those and also some of the little twig things and tie that all in. Now, what I did find with this kit, I must say, while I was creating or trying to create with it, is I tended to use the Maggie Holmes papers with all the Maggie Holmes die cuts and didn't really pull in much that came with the kit. I did pull in a couple of pieces, however, I tended to find that because Maggie Holmes is quite cream based and a lot of the die cuts or some of the die cuts and stuff that we got were white based, I didn't really find, I mean, I'm one of these, I can't mix the cream and the white. So once I realised that and stuck more to the die cuts and the cream, I felt it came together quite quickly, as you may be able to tell by the length of this video. But I did bring in the chipboard Yes, because even though the Yes is in white, it's a very small part and it's broken up by the fact that it's on the teal. So I felt that that worked and helped to pull that colour in. And I got all the way to this point and realised that I didn't yet have any stamping on it. I've done so well with 2017 with having stamping and stitching on every layout. So I took a pause and found the Enjoy the Journey stamp, and I've used that on that label. And then I'm going to add in a couple more labels just so that I can get little bits of journaling in while some of the pictures don't do the talking for me. So I'm going to put a layout up in that top corner, and then I'm also going to pull one on top of this picture that I'm currently working on, which is just a box of origami stars. So apparently my daughter was bored one day and just decided to make a load of origami stars. So Unilife, that's what Unilife is all about, making stars. But anyway, it's a nice pretty picture and pretty enough to have made it into my Project Life spread anyway. So shortly I'm going to do my stitching, and I do save you from seeing all of that. But what I did was I ran through the Not My Circus, Not My Monkeys die cut on the bottom. I ran through that 2 or 3 times with stitching. I also ran straight through the middle of the ta-da, and I did also run stitching through both of these labels that I'm currently journaling on, and you will be able to see those in the close-ups. So last but not least, I'm going to go round all of my cards in the black pen, which is what I do on every spread to tie that all together. And then I'm going to show you here all the cards. As I say, there will be some pictures coming up. If you have any questions over anything I've done today, or indeed any of my other videos, please leave a comment below. If you've liked this video, please give it a like. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll speak to you all again soon.